Hello YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone are doing fine. So today I thought that I'll talk about a comparison between the Honda Activa 125 and the Suzuki Access 125 as well as the SR 150, which is my ride. Basically, I'm getting a lot of messages after my Ask Me Anything video that people are getting confused between the Activa 125. I mean, people are basically confused in picking the Activa or the SR 150. So I thought that I'll make a video out of it. So before that, I want to ride all the three scooters. So I was looking forward for that. And last weekend I've been to my hometown. So I think I have told in my earlier vlogs that my dad rides an Activa 125 and my brother has an Access 125. So I had a proper ride on those scooters, and I got to know exactly what are the differences and what are the changes that I was feeling when I ride an Activa or an Access after riding the Aprilia for a month. So basically in this video I'm not going to talk anything about the specs or anything like that. Basically I will be talking only on the ride feel or the ride quality which I found in all these three machines. So yeah, starting from the comfort point of view, mainly I classify this into seating comfort and riding comfort. So basically I will tell that on the seating comfort side, the Activa will be more comfortable because it has more broader seat. I've told in this earlier vlogs also, the broader the seat it is, the more comfortable it is. And also Honda has made a very comfortable cushioned seat for a Honda Activa, so it's very much comfortable. And I ride the Suzuki Access 125 to the second because it is almost wide, but seat is not so cushioned. And I ride Aprilia in the third just because it is not so wide, it's a bit narrow, and the seat is well cushioned, but still it is not so widespread. So you won't be finding so comfortable. If you are a very fat person, you will find it a bit difficult to get accustomed or get seated on this Aprilia SR 150 seat. Now talking about the ride comfort, here also I should tell that Activa 125 will be more comfortable just because the suspension is a bit on the softer side for an Activa 125, and Access is of a different kind. I can feel that there is a kind of an eagerness for the vehicle scooter when you drive in the speed limit of 0 to 20 km per hour. But in Aprilia SR 150 the power delivery is very linear, so there is no intimidating or there is not that kind of an eagerness which you see in the Access 125. So on the ride quality also I will tell that Activa will be a better choice. And talking about the heaviness of the bikes, on paper Aprilia SR 150, this scooter is the heaviest of all, but technically speaking and while riding I feel that this is the lightest of all. This is much more flickable just because of the larger and the broader tires and the suspension work of this scooter. And when I'm talking about the riding comfort, I should tell about the riding comfort on high speeds also. So basically I think Activa can go to a speed of 80 or 85, and Access also in the same range, slightly to 90s, but this scooter can go till 120 km per hour. Yeah, that's the maximum that you can see in the speedometer. But yeah, this scooter can go to 120 km per hour. So for on the high speed comfort, I will tell that SR 150 wins in all angles, just because the suspension is very much tuned to high speed. Now talking about the performance, I should tell that SR 150 has an upper hand on all the other two scooters, just because it is 50cc more, 25cc more than the other. So it is clearly evident when you try test driving these three vehicles back to back. So no doubt on that, Aprilia is the powerful of all. And now talking about the practicality of these scooters, I have mixed feelings about it, because Activa is the number one scooter in India now. Looking from a practicality view, the one thing is it is a family scooter. As I mentioned in my earlier vlogs, that it can carry a gas cylinder, a water bottle, a 20-liter water can or anything like that in the front, or anything you imagine you can carry it on an Activa. And Access is also like that, but when it comes to the SR150, I'll tell that the underseat space which is provided is not even so sufficient to carry a helmet. Just because I tried putting my small size studs helmet into it and it's not fitting properly. Few of my subscribers have emailed me that some Vega helmets can fit into the space, but I'm not sure whether a full face helmet will be fitting onto it, but certainly a half face helmet or the cap helmets will be fitting into the underseat space. So from a practicality point of view, I will tell that SR150 won't be a good choice for the person. Basically in India, people buy Activa as a family scooter. So family scooter means the person who buys the scooter will be driving, and his wife will be sitting as a pillion, and there will be his kid who will be sitting in front of him, and the second kid will be in between the husband and the wife. So that's the format. So when it comes to SR150, there will be a pretty difficult task for the person to ride the bike, just because the slightly it's a stiffer ride. You cannot, I don't say you cannot, but it will be very difficult for a kid to stand and hold to the handlebars, and the format of two kids and wife sitting on the bike, it's not possible with the SR150. This is mainly meant for a sportier ride. Now talking about the braking capacities of these three and the tires, I will tell that Aprilia SR150 is best of all. It has a very good brake feel. The feel of the brake is very different when you compare it with an Activa or an Access, because in Activa and Access the brake is a bit blunt. You need to hold it hard, but the braking is progressive in the SR150. So it is almost kind of a bike feeling only, a bike with a disc brake. Now talking about the refinement, I can clearly tell that Activa wins over there, because Activa is very much refined. The engine sound is very much subtle unless you rev it so hard, and Access is also somewhat kind of that, but when it comes to SR150 it is a bit loud, and when I talk about refinement, I should talk about the engine vibration which comes onto the body also. So I will tell that there are small vibrations which comes to the body and which vibrates the tail part of the bike, where the fender, which is called the fender, as well as the number plate will vibrate. So when it starts moving, there is no vibration. So when it is in idle, I find that a slight vibration is there. Apart from that, there are no issues with the scooter. So overall, from a rideability perspective, I categorize into two ways, whether that is the city rides and the highway rides. So for city rides, picking any of these three bikes will be a good option. But mainly those people who would like to have fun on the scooter, they can go for the SR150, and those who looks for more practicality, they can look forward for Activa or Access. The only difference between Activa and Access which I see is that the initial pulling. Access is a bit more aggressive in the 0 to 40 km per hour, but Activa is not like that. But certainly SR150 will be a fun to ride scooter in the city. And when it comes to highway rides, definitely I will tell that the SR150 is gonna win in all manner, because long rides on SR150 will be more fun. I have taken one long run which is around 200 km. Like, it's not a long ride, but when it comes to a scooter, 200 km is kind of a long drive for me, and I'm very much happy with it, because I can easily cruise at a speed of 80 to 100 km without any problem. No vibration. I'm still having some more power to overtake the vehicle even if I'm at 90-100 speed. But when it comes to Activa, you will be mostly kind of stuck with 80 km per hour speed, which is a max out of it. And when you try to ride an Activa in 85 or 90, that's the maximum it can go. Or even if you try riding with an Access, the engine will start getting stressed. but in SR150 you'll feel that kind of stress only after 100 km/h. Basically in Indian highways and all, 80 is a kind of an base speed, and it can vary from 80 to 120. Generally that's the speed that people follow here. So SR150 will be a good pick. And although the high speed runs, when talking about the high speed runs, the Activa and Access is not so aerodynamically designed. That's what I feel, because when you are above 60 km/h speed, the suspension tend to get loosened, and the scooter will start slightly wobbling and all. So that's a slight problem for high speed runs on an Activa or an Access. But when it comes to SR150, it's absolutely fine. I was riding with an Unicorn 160, so the person who is riding, we swapped the bikes and we were riding. What I felt is that when compared to a Unicorn 160, I felt much more comfortable riding in an SR150, because when it's like for a speed of around 90 km/h, I felt that bike is slightly vibrating. I'm not sure whether it is a common case with all Unicorn 160. I'm not sure about it, but still I find it much more comfortable. And we were riding into Nandi Hills, which is near to Bangalore, and it's a hill station, and I was totally enjoying the ride. So on an outgo, I will tell that SR150 is a scooter which is for a person who is fun to ride and not looking onto the practicality. They need to carry a helmet lock always, because the helmet doesn't go inside, and they cannot carry a gas cylinder or a water bottle, 20-liter can or something in the front. And one main thing which I want to talk about here is that SR150 will be a good pick for tall riders. That I forgot. Actually, why I want to tell is that even though from a outlook perspective, the SR150 has much lesser leg space, but the thing is that the height of the seat from the foot pegs, the foot board, and the height of the handlebar from the foot board is much higher than that which is there in Activa and Access. So what the tall people was feeling is that either their knee will go and touch the handlebar sometimes while taking turns and all, or sometimes for very tall people their elbows itself tend to touch their thighs or something like that. So that kind of scenario won't be happening in SR150. It is very ideal for tall riders. I am getting messages from few tall riders, and they are telling that they are very happy with the scooter. So that's all I have. See you in my next video. If you are having any doubts or anything like that, you can put in the comment section. I really love to read your comments and reply back to that. And if you have really liked this video, give a like, and if you are watching me for the first time, give me a subscribe. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.